Hello everybody, I'm Robin Reeve and I welcome you to this new solo playthrough of Advanced Squad Leader, and we will be playing Deluxe ASL 23, the Tiger of Toungoo. I'm taking the opportunity of the new feature in the VASL program that helps to change the ratio between the hexes and units. So we can have a deluxe map fit on the screen and at the same time have counters which are not too teeny weeny microscopic. I already recorded a scenario from the last winter offensive pack in French, but I wanted to come back to recording in English, and I looked up all the scenarios and I was quite intimidated. I always have doubts about what I'm doing, but that's me. And finally, as I never have introduced the players or the people who look at my videos to the Chinese, I found that scenario, the Tiger of Toungoo, quite interesting because it doesn't use PTO terrain at all. So it plays on two urban maps, and we will be able to concentrate on the Chinese and the Japanese by their own merits out of the additional details of PTO terrain. So this episode is just the setup, so if you're not interested, be patient if you're just looking at it just after it was published, but otherwise wait a little or just go to the next one. Episode 1A will be the Japanese turn and afterwards the Chinese turn, etc. But here we'll look together at the scenario card. I will also just have a look on the Chinese rules, so especially Guomindang ones, so we get accustomed to it. So something I don't guarantee, of course, as in all my solo videos, is an absence of rules error. I'll do my best not to make them, but you know, things can happen, and also I don't try to play too slowly, so with some rhythm, also, you also incur the risk of making some errors when you make a calculation, etc. So I'm very grateful when people put comments and point out this or that rules problem. What helps really a lot is to indicate the exact moment when the error occurs, in your opinion. So you just indicate in your text the minute, 2 points, and second when it occurs. That helps a lot. Of course, I don't guarantee also that the maneuvers will be the product of a tactical genius. I'm not a tactical genius. I presume, I hope I play decently enough to offer you something entertaining. And of course, there are the limits of solo playing, especially with Japanese, but actually they come from off map here, so we don't have that HIP, but there will be HIP Japanese, Chinese. There will be dare death squads, so which are normally secretly recorded. I'll do my best to play as if. That means play as if the Japanese didn't know the secret data of the Chinese, etc. So I suggest that I don't speak further in my introduction and that we look up together the scenario card. So here is it, DASL scenario 23. It was previously Deluxe A10. So if you have an annual, you will have it. It has been updated. I didn't check which difference you will find. I presume some balance considerations. a pretty image that I reused in the title page of my video with two Chinese Kuomintang fighters manning a medium or heavy machine gun, say. So we are at Toungoo, Burma, and it explains that in order to slow the lightning advance of the Japanese, it's in March 42, Lieutenant General Stilwell, so that's the Lieutenant General Vinegar Joe, American organizer of the Chinese forces who worked besides Chiang Kai-shek and who suffered. He suffered working with Chiang Kai-shek, who was very corrupted, etc. But here we have Stilwell. For the little story, my grandfather was brigadier general in the British Army, and I have his memoirs, handwritten memoirs, where he speaks of an occasion where he met Mr. Joe Stilwell. So let's close the parenthesis about that situation. And so Stilwell sent the elite Chinese 200th Division into the walled city of Toungoo to help stabilize his ruptured front. Here, Major General Tai An-lan, sorry for the pronunciation, I'm doing my best, carefully organized the defenses of the ancient town, clearing fields of fire and setting up well-stocked strongpoints. Meanwhile, to the south, Japanese patrols ranged through the deserted streets of Rangoon. After a bitter two-day battles to force a river crossing on 20 March, the Japanese 55th Division invested the city from the southwest and north, and on the 24th, Japanese began a series of probing attacks on the city proper, seeking a weakness to exploit. Failing to find one, they launched a general attack from all three sides. Their only success on the first day lay in the northwest corner of the ancient city, where the 112th Infantry Regiment managed to penetrate the native quarter. The aftermath is that the Japanese were well equipped for the assault and no quarter was given. Making use of phosphorus shells, flamethrowers, and demo charge, they sought to set afire the wooden buildings the Chinese occupied. Chinese soldiers were seen tearing off their burning clothes and continuing the fight naked. Camp followers, porters, cooks, and medics armed themselves and joined the battle. But block by bloody block the Japanese progressed. Tai was very much a frontline general, and he soon arrived to personally stabilize the situation, moving from one troubled spot to another. Even the considerable heroism of Tai, who later received the sobriquet Tiger of Toungoo, could not stop the Japanese advance. Yet only when the native quarter was a pile of smoking embers did Tai pull the Chinese survivors back to the English in quotes, quarter with its stout stone and brick buildings. Here, under his direction, they built street barricades and at last halted the Japanese late in the day. So here is an image of Toungoo. As you see, I'm quite sure that you have that square, which is the walled city of Toungoo in Myanmar, today Myanmar. So there we are, and we'll just zoom out to see at what place in Burma it could be situated. You'll see it's quite north from Rangoon, etc. So there we are. There we are. Okay. Yes, we try to keep it in the center. We're around there. So you see here you have all those places. Okay. And let's see a little what it looks like today from the ground. Google Maps is your friend. So you have here some scenes also. It really doesn't. Yeah, you have something. A Baptist church. You see perhaps some Christians are over there, perhaps some tribes, I don't know. we know that the Christian and Muslim minorities are having a hard time over there nowadays. So there we are. I'm not looking at that. Okay, so there we are. Little films. Okay, what do you want? Well, yeah, it's interesting. You have temples and all. Okay, but that's not exactly what we'll be looking at. And one can also guess that the photographers, oh, that looks a little more like perhaps what we could find in the scenario. There we are. And here also little low buildings, wooden for some. Other Christian place, that's interesting. So there's a Christian presence over there. We know that the Kashin tribes and others are Christians, have been Christians for centuries. So there, of course, you don't have the same type of vehicles today. Okay, don't know if it's a god or a hero. There we are. So we are really in an exotic situation between two Asian armies, and here we are. So the victory conditions are seem enormous, and I presume quite reachable anyway. For the Japanese, they win immediately about controlling every building that does not contain a blaze. As you will see, they have white phosphorus. They have also a flamethrower, so some yeah, they could set fire. Uh, Perhaps contrary to the historical note, they won't do it voluntarily anyway. Let's see so 10 turns. So Japanese have their time. We don't care about the balance. We have B and D boards. You'll see those are the original urban boards from Streets of Fire, which came back, which were republished in lighter cardstock in the Deluxe Redux module that I recommend. So we have 20 Chinese squads, 2 half squads, 4 leader. As you see, leadership is there, but not enormous, and of course quite scarce gear. HMG, which looks quite like an American-made one. LMG, okay. We don't know the origin, of course, and a mortar, 2 mortars, which are the Russian type, and 16 dummy counters or concealment counters, but they will be dummies because the Japanese come from off board, and 2 pillboxes. There we are, solid pillboxes. Okay, Japanese on their side are about the same number, but of course more resilient. 4 elite, 24 second line, and 2, 4, 6, 7 leaders. So they have 7 to 28. That's 1 to 4. The Chinese have 4 to 20. That's 1 to 5. So the Japanese have more leaders, and you know, Japanese they need the leaders less. So I'll see what suicide practice they will have, or you know, alone banzai charts, things like that. It will be amusing. 6 LMG, wow, 6 mortars, and a flamethrower, and 3 demo charges. So yeah, the Japanese are ready to push and hit and try to outmaneuver the Chinese. So the environmental conditions are moderate with a mild breeze from the northwest at start, so that means that we will have some drifting smoke here. All buildings are wooden and have a ground level only. Row house black bars don't exist and are considered open ground. Okay, you will see on the map I managed to, the transformations worked half of them worked. That means I couldn't make all the buildings wooden, but the stairwells were removed and the row house bars have disappeared. But it was slightly complicated, so I had to label things so I don't forget. The Chinese may use HIP for up to 3 squad equivalents and any SMC SW stacked with them. The Chinese player may designate up to 2 fortified building locations without tunnels. Okay. And for the Japanese, the Type 89 heavy grenade launchers, those are the light mortars, have white phosphorus 8 depletion, and the 448s and 238s are assault engineers. So there we are. So here are the rules for the Kuomintang, which are the most important to discover. So we don't have the we don't have the 437 sort, which are special. I think they explain it higher. Yeah, okay. No, not even. But they are special American equipped squads which we don't have here. So what is very important is that GMD personnel cannot deploy upset with prisoners and things like that. They always lax at night, we don't care. We have 0 hero battle, okay. +1 DRM for leader creation purposes, okay. Non-elite, not just inexperienced, must pass 1 PE ATC, but we don't care because there are no armor. I'm skipping non-relevant rules. 18.5 says that human wave can be used by Chinese. Now they're on the defense, so they won't use it a lot, and they do it as if Russians, so they must be at least 6 in at least 3 hexes, etc. So no, perhaps a special counterattack, but I don't see that a lot. What is very specific with the Chinese is that the Chinese player may designate up to 10% of the squads only in his scenario by secretly recording their IDs as their death. Okay. Each armed good order infantry their death squad or its surviving HS that at the start of its MPH is in or adjacent to location containing an unpinned good order friendly personal leader, and that is within 8 MF of an enemy ground unit to which it and that leader have an LOS, may at that time go berserk voluntarily. Exception, it cannot thusly go berserk if that leader is marked with a prep bounding pin TI counter, of course, because they couldn't move, nor if any marsh, swamp, cliff, underwater obstacle, that's not our problem, would prevent them from reaching the enemy unit's hex during that MPH, nor if that enemy unit is in an ocean location. All those things, those terrain, are not relevant in our scenario. The Berserk MMC must then charge that enemy unit, now considered its designated target, and attempt to enter its location. The leader and any or other good order friendly leader stacked with that Berserk MMC may, but need not go Berserk at the same time, provided each such leader is infantry to whom none of the conditions given in the above exception apply. Okay, it's very comprehensive rule. Each who does go thusly berserk must charge that same enemy unit. Leader consequences are not applicable. Infantry that voluntarily goes berserk automatically return to normal at the end of that player turn. Whatever happened. Exception if in melee. They remain berserk until no longer in melee. Use a red on white berserk counter to indicate a unit that has gone berserk voluntarily. Okay, it's different from a usual berserk. The leader, whether created from a DDMC or not, cannot go berserk voluntarily, excepted as stated above. Okay. However, when a DDMC does go berserk voluntarily, any heroes check with it may accompany it during that MPH. In that MPH, each such hero is assumed to have 8 MF, except in 3 if wounded, of course, and may enter the designated target's location, but not move during subsequent APH. Really, I read it all there. Okay, so human wave, no unit that once she goes berserk may also be used to form a human wave. CC, dare, death, MMC, enter into and resolve hand-to-hand CC as if they were Japanese, okay? They're very motivated, and in addition, each non-hand-to-hand CC versus personal attack in which up to one or more armed unpinned DDMC participant receives an extra -1 DRM, as the Japanese actually do. Okay, these attributes apply even for Dare Death MMC that went berserk involuntarily. Okay, that's okay. It's their Dare Death status, not berserk status, which applies, or even if it is not berserk, but these are unbroken. No quarter. In or after 1938, there's no quarter between the Japanese and the Chinese, which is logical because the Japanese had already conducted absolutely atrocious crimes in China since 1937, if I think of Nanjing. So nobody's ready to surrender to one another. Okay, an interrogation, I'm not applying that rule. So that's what we saw about the Chinese. So here is the map. As you see, I scaled here the new system. I scaled to 50% the map. So my squads will play quite like on a normal geoboard, but seeing better terrain. So everything has been placed here, and we'll try to set up the Chinese now. Okay, the Japanese will come from here, from the west. Okay, but yeah, it's okay. I'm right. Okay, I'm just going to look at my card because I have done. Yeah, along the west edge, and the Chinese, they set up east of the road that I indicated with blue hexes. Okay, so I put labels wooden building, ground level only, so I don't forget. I could also, I mean, also put ground level here, just to remind myself. It also works for the already. I don't know why the terrain transformation system didn't make all the buildings wooden, but they all wooden. So the thing is, I think one should have at least 2 alamos, 2 places, so that Japanese must divide their forces. I find that here you have a good defense, a good way, but not impervious to enemy attacks, but it can do some harm. It's very complicated to know how to defend that because they'll be in close quarters quite fast. The 2 house squads here will be used for the mortars. I think that's the most reasonable thing to do. The 2 build boxes, I don't know where I want to put them. They cannot be placed on paved roads. I must check that, but I'm quite sure. You hardly can put anything except wire on paved roads. Well, I was wrong. Okay, they can be placed in any road shell holes, but not bridges. Okay, that's interesting. So that means you can have some defense against placed on the road. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What sort of thing can they do? I'm trying to look how I can channel, but I don't think I can channel the Japanese a lot, but I can annoy them, that's sure. Because the pillbox, yeah, could be a good place to place a machine gun in it. Huh. I'll try to place one here. Yeah, so it covers the excess here. It's tempting. Yeah, and it's quite placed at a distance, so it can be annoying. Okay, I'll put one here just for the pleasure. So I believe those buildings will be possibly the last to fall. Yeah, but I must also perhaps have some. This building is complicated to defend because of the walls here. The enemy can hug the building and yeah, claim wall advantage quite easily, and that's not the greatest thing that could happen to it. So, but if I put a pillbox here, it could be interesting. I don't know if I can put them. It's not very interesting. Yeah, there we are. I can put it there. Perhaps more in the center here. I know it's a little fiddly with the system, zoom system. So in it, I'm placing it upon, of course, I'm putting a guy here, a guy here. No, more there. Yeah, more in the center. Okay, there they are. The machine gun, I'll put it there. So it's a standard die here, and don't find it really very interesting there, at least. After all, I won't give them a machine gun. Just place them there, just to annoy the people. I don't know if it's really a good idea. Ah yes, and some building hexes must be fortified. Up to 3, I believe. No, it's up to 2. Up to 2 locations must be fortified, can be fortified. It's good to, yeah, that's a question. What Alamo am I having? So what do we have? Fortified. Do they have fortified building? Yeah, there we are. It's quite logical to divert. They're all in wood, so I shouldn't privilege those which look stone, of course. But um, this could be an interesting place. Here, do we have? Yeah, here it's interesting because I'll be able to place some people here. Anyway, no choice is the best in the world, you know. Do we want to have a tough nut to open previously? Perhaps he's here in a sort of defensive position, so I'll put those people. Oh, come in the center, sir. Come in the center. Okay, so snap one. Let's see what happens. No, ready. I'm going to use the pause because I'm getting irritated. There we are. Here, logically, at least one. There you come here, you guy. Ah, yes, okay, I understand little the logics of the thing. Placing somebody here. No, so pushing it little, how do I, there we are, yeah, you need to, it's not exactly centering the thing that works. Of course, I'll have people here. Oh, craziness. Okay, at least placing them in strategical places makes sense. Of course, here. Okay, so it's rather in the. So the Japanese will be entered. They'll have a jumping place here, but it's good to have somebody behind here. There we are. Ah, yes. If I use the corner down, perhaps here. There we are. Ah, yes. Trying to find the logics of that application system. I'm placing them there haphazardly, but just saying what would need to be defended best before. And of course, I have dummies around the place, so I'll change my mind, perhaps, quite possibly, even. They're holding a good place because here you have a lesser good point, jumping place. The little mortars, where could I put them in that would be interesting. No, there's nothing here. I would like to just, you know, pump some rounds on. You have people here, but they have unfortunately three minimum range, so they're not very useful. But where could I put them? That's a good thing, because at least when I have to think of that too much, oh yeah, here we'll cover the road, those guys there, and give them a little mortar. We'll do some bore sighting, of course. The little guys here, what could they do else? No, because they don't. It's not really amusing here. It's not amusing here. It would be fun. Ah, there we are. I'm again there. I'm there again. Okay, now we come here and here. What happens? That's awful. What situation is this? There we are. Oh, it was complicated. So they cover. Oh, okay, I understand you now. There we are. So they can cover a little place up to here. It's not the best place. I don't like that. Okay, we need to have some good fire groups to defend the place. Here, yeah, but they don't have a lot of place to squeeze away, to route away. Here they can route quite well. Okay, but I don't have an infinite number of Chinese squads. That's a problem. Okay. Of course. I'm still putting one or two in the, let's say, in the last defense line possibility. Yeah, here. Are we really sure? I think so. Oh, why? Why, oh, why? There we are. You know, trying to cover the place with active. So what do we have here? 6, 5. Yeah, I can add one. Don't want to stack them either. Oh, this can be a nice place. Sneaky one. There we are. And where do I see holes in my defense? Of course, around here, something's perhaps needs somebody a little bit better placed. Perhaps here. The Japanese will jump here quite easily. That's a problem. So I won't come. Yeah. Don't quite like that. The big problem is that there are not tons of leader and not a lot of machine guns. So who's going to have a good defensive machine gun here? I believe. Oh, of course. There we are. Come on. No. I'll have them here. Yeah, at least you don't have too much complications to choose who'll get the machine gun in that story. The third one, yeah. Where is the machine gun? Well, not bad place because they can defend and place themselves. Who's going to be HIP? I think up to 3. Yeah? That's it. I checked 3. So yeah. Besides those who are in the pillboxes. I go for that one. Remove all those moves which are ugly among all. I think I'll hide the mortars so they are a nasty surprise. So we still have one squad which can be placed. I think I put too many people here, but no, I don't know. You need to have that under your hand. Perhaps here, just for a nasty surprise. And of course, this one is HIP for the moment. The fortification, of course. And the dummies, I won't have. Yeah, I'll try to place them in a way that could give the impression that the place is well defended. Up here we are. Only one there? Oh yeah. I have a problem when you drag. Oh, what happened? I don't know what happened. There we are. When you drag stacks in this game, it doesn't work. You select that, and you only have one. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing a little. That's not a good place. Nobody would place a unit there. Here could be interesting. Yeah. They're on for a hard time, of course. Anyway, any competent Japanese won't be very afraid about knowing or not if this or that is a true unit. Well, yeah. Important is just, I believe, to disperse a little some of the Japanese attacks, but it won't have a very essential effect. Oh yeah, let's go. Here, there we are. So who's going where? Here we absolutely need to have somebody. Here in this place, I think. Oh, okay, Zhao. And here, prep. Do I want to lose my best leader at the beginning of the battle or not? If he goes here, it could be amusing. Perhaps not a bad. There we are. And the other ones are just there in support. Anyway, they'll be also, of course, concealed because yeah. We need to have some people in the right places. So here. So do they have an acquisition? No, they don't have. So I'll use this for ball sighting. Call it like that. So the machine gun here, I'll try out perhaps. Move here. We can just check LOS just to see what's happening. Doesn't pass, so that's a good thing to know. Perhaps here, yeah, I'll try to do that. And link them. Okay, and this is H. And I'm using a second one. So ball sighting for the machine gun, ball sighting for the mortar. Not quite sure where I'm going to. I'm not very convinced by that mortar here. Let's go for the other one. It's much better placed. And let's go for this. At least we agree. And the HMG is okay. It has its both sides. And this one, why did I put it there? No, it was, but nobody's going to, I see nobody there. Really, it's not very well placed. If it can interdict a little, it's very cramped situation. So I could put it there. At least it can fire on those 3 hexes. You never know. And here I'm going to duplicate this. Yeah, I think it's better. So really making a defense. So those people here, the pillbox is hidden. The contents, they're never really hidden. I'll do it just for the sake of it, but no need. The pillbox remains, and here also, down they go, and the pillbox is hidden until discovered, of course. Otherwise, everybody conceals. Did I miss somebody? I don't think so. So now I'm going to remove those markers which are useless and just ugly. And there we are for the Chinese. So the Japanese sees that they will have, they don't know how, but they will have some tough time here. But those buildings are important, but yeah, where can they progress without too much danger? On this side, they'll need to, yeah, they can have a jumping point from here and attack. Here, they'll, well, yeah, anyway, it's not very, they don't quite know what's facing them there. They have really the impression there's something serious. I would bet on a 3-pronged attack with assault engineers at 3 places. Well, I managed to place a grid, so here I can try to place my Japanese units. I don't know how they jump up there. There we are. Okay, so that they go down here. I'll place 2 over here. Oh, how crazy! There we are. I hope I won't be annoyed most of the time here because it's becoming really annoying. There we are. Oh, really? I have to, drag them nearly out of the hex so they are in the hex. Craziness, craziness. I'm not complaining because the function is really good for many things, but yeah. But I need somebody here also to work out things. So I put them here. Oh, see, put them here and they jump here. Okay, that's life. 347s. I'm going to stack them here. Oh, really? Really? That's craziness. Let's see. Up there they are. Incredible. Really. Playing with the mouse. Down they go. At least each engineer has an assisting second liner. So the second liners are not stealthy, so they'll have a slight disadvantage. Here we need to move up. Okay. They're not perfectly in line, but that's okay. How awful. Okay. I don't really understand how it works. Oh, so. There we are. And down here also. Oh, go further. There we are. Little friends together. Perhaps taking them not one by one, but two by two. I have a lot of people, so no problem. Yeah, they really jump, as you see. This is craziness. Oh yeah, putting them together. So, yeah, we need some mortar teams. There are plenty enough, so they can have three, I think, units, three squads which deploy. Yes, 28 means three, so I'll take those three and deploy them. So where are the mortars being useful? Perhaps here, perhaps. Oh no, it's just to throw some white phosphorus. So here I'll have some guys with their mortar. A teeny weeny squad around here with a mortar. Yeah. Our squad with a mortar. Oh yeah. The question is, yeah, we'll need them here also at some time. Mortar is not very, it's heavy, but not impossible to carry. And perhaps the second one over here. Oh, they can come up here also. So let's see what they can do here. Oh, I forgot. Anyway, it will be a constant adaptation to different situations. I'll put another guy here, okay, with his mortar. I'm getting the thing, huh? Not exactly. Okay. Here we need to beef up everybody, because even if they disperse afterwards, we need some base of fire, solid base of fire, so they don't. Yeah, it's not the time to be shy with the manpower. There we are. Yeah, that's a lot of people. That's the aim also of DASL, is to have enough people in a cramped situation. But I think we won't need to change the ratio. Yeah. So we'll have 2 or 3 prongs over here. That's good. Excellent things are. Yeah. There we are. Have I'm not overstacking. No, not yet. So there we are. Okay. There we are. And time for the machine guns to be given around. I think in the center they are quite useful because they cover terrain. But we need also some here. Not given to the assault engineers, because they have other things to do, including dashing and things like that, or placing smoke. So it will be time to transfer when useful. I chose names for my leaders from a site, so they are true, they are real names. What did I do? There we are. 9/11. What do we have here? Okay. Yeah, that's good. Have good groups and placing the leaders here. We'll have some here. This guy here. Ban on this side. With those here. Endo. Yep. On here also. Kima. He will be well placed. He has a good firepower. Funai. No, not need. No, there's not need there. Well, here. Having a good group. So who's holding? Who'll be having the flamethrower? No, I find it's could be a good place over here. That's a big question. Who's going to use the flamethrowers? Just to cross the road here, or just to flame everybody here? Anyway, oh, I forgot, Mr. Amari. Sorry, Amari. There we are. So, yeah, assault engineers should have the flamethrower. That's quite sure. Place it there. Oh, what happened? Okay. Yeah, it's complicated, and the mill charge is less necessary. I'll give it to those guys here, but anyway, they don't need it because yeah, it goes on jumping from one stack to the other. So I'm going to use my arrows to make things not too awful. There we are, and two next ones. We'll have one here. Yeah, it's fine. And over here, where is the one? They already have one. If they don't have one, they could have one. But yeah, I don't want to concentrate the enemy fire on everybody. So there we are, and there they are, and up they go. Okay, so I'll perhaps be deploying a little more for the, and of course I'm concealing everybody off board. So the plan is to adapt, okay? I don't think because I cannot try a Schwerpunkt thing because the Japanese need to take all the buildings actually. So now we will be placing the defensive snipers. Here they go. Okay, and here I find it interesting perhaps what happened there. Okay. Ah, that's annoying. Yeah, if he sows some. There we are. That's interesting. So snipers will be able to fire one another. So, gents, yes, I must declare axis, no quarter. Okay, now the third in a row, and I presume the Allied will have to wait a lot. British, French, Allies. Okay, let's go for Allies. That's not cool. They could have made something for the Chinese at least. So the idea, of course, is to try to move through here. So here we have people who'll do that job. We have a lot of people because they'll have a long way to go. perhaps assisting here also. So we have at least two main prongs with the idea of mutual assistance when needed. If that is a sound tactic, that's a great question. I don't know. I'm doing my best. All I hope is that that displacement of units won't be a fuss all along the game, but I think I found the trick. So there we are ready on the starting blocks. So will the Japanese move fast? They have 10 turns, so they can do things properly without doing in a rush, but you know, they mustn't linger either in any place. So there we are. And I don't think I have any more comments. We've nearly been speaking and playing for an hour now. So I suggest we stop here, and I wish you the best until we start the Japanese first player turn. Bye bye.